Welcome, ghouls, ghosts, and mere more... Sorry about that, guys. Let's start from the top. Welcome, ghouls, ghosts, and... Again, I am sorry. I'm not expecting anyone. I don't have any deliveries coming, so sorry. Let's try this one more time. Welcome, ghouls. Oh, come on. I'll be right back. It's Christmas! It's Christmas! And perfect timing, too. I just got this box. It's a present from ANGELHALO. So, let's open it up and see what's inside. Oh, I know what this is. Yes! It is a whole home light kit from ANGELHALO. I've been wanting one of these for quite some time, actually. So, a little history about the Manor. Originally, we planned on using LED light strips to do a light show at the Manor, but I found that doing the projection show was a little bit more in my wheelhouse. It worked better with my skill set.
Very particular set of skills.
But over the years, I've been seeing that a lot of companies have been introducing these whole home light kits where you can leave them up year round. The problem is that most of them are pretty expensive. Some of them require professional installation. And I don't want to go through all that mess, especially because I already have the projection show. But this ANGELHALO kit is pretty affordable, and it says it does what all those other big brands do that cost a lot more. So tell you guys what, since ANGELHALO was very kind and sent me this kit, let's do an episode on this. So in today's episode, we're gonna unbox this and then we're gonna set it up. So let's get to decorating. All right, so first things first, let's get this thing unboxed. So in the box, you get a measuring card and your instruction manual. And there's 3 separate boxes, so we'll get the boxes out and see what's inside of them. All right, so in the first box, we just have a bunch of lights. Quite a few, actually, and they're all already strung together, which will make it easier for installation. So let's move on to the second box. And in the second box, we've got a remote that we can use to control the lights. And then we have extenders, and we'll use these to go from the first floor to the second floor. And then we have the power adapter. And then there's also some extra 3M sticky strips and a bag full of screws. And in the third box, more lights. So now we got this unboxed. Let's go ahead and map out the house so we can plan our installation. So the product that Lumery sent me was their 100-foot ANGELHALO product, and I measured the house beforehand, and we're going to be cutting it close, but I think we can make it happen with the 100 feet of lights. And in the instruction manual, it says to install these right to left. So we're going to map out the house and do just that. We're going to start on the right side of the first floor. We're going to make our way across until we get to the second floor, where we'll use an extender and go up. We will then continue the right to left process on the second floor, and then we'll use another extender to come back down to the first floor, where we're going to break the rule this time. We're going to go left to right on the underside of the porch. But then we're going to go up to the porch roof and go along that right to left once more, and then finish it off with the left side of the house, and hopefully we'll have enough lights. All right, so first things first, we have to clean our working surface. These lights attach using 3M sticky strips. So you don't want to attach that to a bunch of dirt and debris because that's not going to create a good hold. And let's face it, most of us probably don't clean our soffits very often. I know I don't. So yeah, a lot of work needed to be done. But once we got our surface area clean, then we can move on to actually installing the lights. And it's recommended to install these about 2 to 4 inches away from the wall. That way you can get a better coverage. So I did use, for the very first light at least, the measuring card that was provided. I didn't really stick to the exact measurements. I just kind of got a good idea of about how far away it needed to be. I mean, as long as it's between 2 and 4 inches, so I figured we had a little bit of wiggle room. But pretty simple. On the first one, I measured, and then I was able to stick that first light on, and then I was able to use that as a guide for the rest of the lights that I installed. And I was pleasantly surprised with this. The sticky strip on the back of the lights works pretty well. Now, I did run into a few issues where I would come to spots where the soffits are kind of coming together, so it creates that indentation, and it doesn't give you a lot of surface space to connect to. So I just had to kind of play around with it until I got it to stick okay. But let's move on and do the entire first section of the house. So now that we got the first floor out of the way, it's time to move on to the second floor. And I don't have a fear of heights. I just know that there is a huge difference between falling off of, say, a 12-foot ladder and a 28-foot ladder. So I have really been dreading doing the upstairs. Luckily, though, I have a good friend that is very comfortable on 28-foot ladders. My friend Joel, I have known him for years, and he has done everything from electrical work to cabling to custom home theater installations. So if there's anyone I know that's going to do a good job here, it's Joel. And he's an actor. If you live in the New York or LA area, coming this February, check him out in Gunfighter Paradise. But anyway, now that Joel's here, let's move on to the second floor. So before we got started on the second floor, we did plug the lights in to make sure that they worked. The last thing that we wanted to do was have to go back up to the second floor and take down some lights that don't work. Luckily, they all worked just fine. So Joel got to doing what Joel does best. He climbed that ladder, he installed the lights. Now, he did use the 3M strips, but he also screwed them in just because being on the second floor, last thing we want to deal with is going back up there to reattach lights. So we just wanted to have that extra protection when it comes to setting them up. All right, so we ran into a little bit of a snag. So the original plan to map the house had me coming down from the second floor to the porch and then going across the porch roof close to the house. The extender didn't quite reach that far, so we had to change up our plans. And now, instead of going to all the way to the porch, we're going to go to the porch roof and then go across the top and then come back around on the underside of the porch and then make our way to the left side of the house. All right, so now that the hard part is out of the way and Joel has left, it's time for me to continue by myself. So here we are, continuing along the path of the porch, and I kind of took some of Joel's advice where even though we have those 3M strips and even though they stick pretty well, if it lined up with a hole in the soffit, then I would just put a screw in there just to add that extra connection, so that way, just in case the adhesion from the 3M strip fails, we still have that screw to hold it in place. Another really cool thing about these lights is just how easy it is to connect them. So once you get to the end of one strand of lights, you just plug the connector in, screw it tight, it's water sealed, and that's it. And then once I got to the underside of the porch, this section was very easy because it's a wood roof. So I would just attach the 3M strip, get it in place where it needs to be, and then use a screw to finalize that connection. And now that the porch is complete, it's on to the last section of the house, the left side. And I may have mismeasured slightly. I think I ended up taping off 2 of the lights, and I'm about 2 lights short on the house. So it is what it is. I got the majority of the house covered, but there is a section on the left side where there's a few feet that aren't going to be covered. And then the final step in the installation process is time to actually plug it in. So I did run an extender from my very first light that I installed, and then I ran that down the gutter. And for now, I'm just using some electrical tape just because I had some on hand to kind of hold that wire in place behind the gutter. I'll come back with a more permanent solution later on. And then there is a control box where you can turn the lights on and off, or set it up to go into pairing mode so you can link it with your smartphone. So I did attach an extra 3M strip, actually 2 of the 3M strips to the back of that control box, and then I stuck it to the wall right next to the gutter. So that way it's more streamlined, it looks a little bit better, and it's not just going to be dangling. And now that we got everything installed, we're pretty much done.
The lights also come with a remote, so you can do a lot of the controls directly from here. So right now I have it on warm white, but if I use the remote to change it to cool white, I can do that, or I can go with the RGB color scheme, so I could go red or green, or sorry, blue, green, and I can also dim the lights or brighten them. So if I went back to my warm lights, I think that's as bright as they go, so I could dim them if I wanted to make them go a bit lower, and of course I can then bring it back up. You can also go with the mode options and just have some of the preset designs. So if I just kind of cycle through these different modes, I can just find one that I like and just stick with that and leave it with one of their preset modes. So that's kind of nice. If I don't want to have to program anything on my mobile device or my smartphone, I could just easily come in here and just use the remote and go with one of their pre-designed modes.
And guys, I think one of my favorite things about this whole setup is the fact that I can completely control it through the app.
What's really cool is just how easy and intuitive the app is, and how deep you can go with controlling these. So you can actually control every single light on here individually. So just as an example, right now I've got it on the warm white, but if I wanted to maybe have cool white and red for every other light, I can just change the color temperature for all of them for now, switch it to individual lights, hop into color, pick red, and then now I can just go through and select every other light and, oops, fix that. No big deal. Every other light, and as you can see on the house, it's actually switching them. And then I can mix in other colors too. Maybe now I want green instead. So I can go in here and start to do every other light with green. And same concept as what we saw before. You know, if I wanted to do every color of the rainbow, I could literally just go in here and select anything and everything. And that's what color the lights will turn out. But if you don't want to go that in depth, you can use the different scenery options or scenarios. So you can go with some of their pre-designed sceneries. So I could go through this list and pick one that I like. Maybe I'm going to go with Northern Lights. It'll automatically switch it to their pre-designed scenery. Or I've got the life options where I can set it to meditating or sports, and it will change the lights and how they operate. But I can create my own as well. Or so if I want to set one up for 4th of July, maybe red, white, and blue, I can just go in here, select my effect that I want it to do. Maybe we're going to go with flags since it's red, white, and blue. Select my colors. We'll go with blue. And good enough. So I'll save that. We'll just call this 4th. And now that I've got that set up, it'll do the 4th of July red, white, and blue colors. And I can change the way it works as well. So if I wanted to go back in here and change it maybe from flags to flying skyward, I'll save that, confirm it, and now we've got a different effect. So it's very easy to use the app, and you can even have it set to go with music. You can set timers, like for example, I've got mine set up to go on at 5 p.m. and off at 10 p.m. I can go in here and adjust it to change what I want it to do. So it's, yeah, a very intuitive app.
Another really cool thing about these lights is you can leave them up year-round, so I can use them for all different holidays. So even on Halloween, I can have these lights go along with my projection show, and I don't have to put up the purple lights I put up every year. So that's a plus. And other holidays throughout the year that we normally don't decorate for, I can just simply take up the app and then just click a few buttons, and now I've got a 4th of July display or a St. Patrick's display and so on. So it's really cool and really easy to set up and customize. So in conclusion, I mean, full disclosure guys, ANGELHALO gave me these lights to test out and share my thoughts, and that's what I'm doing with you guys now. I have been very impressed. They were easy to install, they look really good, they're easy to operate through the app, they have their own remote controls, so even if you don't want to hook up to your app, you can still use the remote to adjust the brightness and change the scene. So they're really cool lights. I really like them a lot. So if you've enjoyed this video, or if you want to set up your own, I'm going to put a link in the description, and maybe even put a card that pops up on this video. If you want to get some lights of your own, you can use my link. It helps out the channel. And as of filming this video, the lights are on sale. I don't know if they will continue to stay on sale, but you might want to hurry up and check them out while they're on sale during the holiday season and pick up a set of your own. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. You guys know the drill if you want to stay up to date and notified with everything that we're doing here at the Manor. But for now, happy holidays, and we'll see you in the next one.